Where are we? Talk to me about arm twisting and what could stay, what could go.
Yeah, they're not in a good place right now, Brooke. And I know Sean Spicer said that their vote count is going up. Everything we're seeing is that it's going down, that they've actually lost more votes over the course of the last couple hours. And I think what you have to look at here, you talked about the House Freedom Caucus. There's a deal that's on the table that hasn't been reached yet. There's a potential offer on the table that hasn't been reached yet. But that offer comes at the detriment of some of the more moderate members of the conference. As it currently stands, CNN has a count of 30 members that are either leaning to be opposed or are outright opposed to this bill. They can only afford to lose 21. And as I noted, that number has been going up. And despite their willingness to kind of reach out their hand to the House Freedom Caucus, they haven't even committed to coming on board yet. So despite lots of behind-the-scenes meetings, Brooke, I've been standing in hallways where 100 feet away from one meeting, the House leaders are meeting with one group, a room down the hall, they're meeting with another, they're twisting arms, they're trying, but they're just not there yet, Brooke.
Arm twisting on Capitol Hill. Arm twisting, I know, at the White House. Jeff Zeleny, talk to me about what the president's been up to today, who he's met with, what promises he's made.
Well, Brooke, I think there's no question there's frustration on the minds of folks here at the White House. The president in particular, he's used to getting what he wants. He's used to being able to sell a deal. Now, he had some of his biggest supporters over here at the White House this morning, the members of the House Freedom Caucus that Phil was just talking about. These come from the reddest of red districts all across the country here. And so far, they are defying him. So far, they're saying, look, we are not with you on this. So now, coming up in the next half hour or so, moderates will be coming over here to the White House. This is why this is such a problem right at this hour, because they do not have the support on the right, and they are losing support in the middle as well on this. So the White House is trying to get some concessions, make some guarantees here, but at this point they do not have the votes. And Brooke, it's important to point out, if everyone is not following all the ins and outs of this, this is an internal party fight among Republicans. Never mind the Democrats, who of course are all voting against this, and never mind the Senate. It takes a bill to pass the House and the Senate to be signed into law. And they were hoping for a symbolic victory today on the 7th anniversary of President Obama signing this bill into law. That clearly will not happen. They will not make it by that deadline, of course, to have this repealed and replaced. But even at this hour, the House bill, which is just one small part of all this, is still not being worked out yet. So the president, once again, seeing the limitations of his persuasion ability, but he is still working the phones. He is still trying to get people on board here. So we'll see if he can do it before the end of the day here, Brooke. But no vote for the next several hours. We'll see if there's a vote before midnight tonight. Many people think there may not be.